MeTV 24 Meridian proudly presents your favorite way to start the day. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
And good morning. We are Scotty Ray and Candace, and look behind us. There is a crooked picture, Candace. I can't believe you let that happen.
Look, I never even realize it until you say something.
Because somebody
Now
always...
it's going to bug me the whole time.
Everybody notices stuff like that.
Yeah,
now, what I promise is our next studio, I will not put the desk as close to the wall to where that will never happen again. I have broken everything.
Well, I almost snatched the Christmas tree down. So
You remember? Yeah, the tree was a little too close, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Whoops. Good morning. As we are getting ready next week, the Tuesday, I believe it is, the election is coming. I've got one of the most popular women in Meridian joining us. Now, Donna Jill, how are you doing?
Good morning, Scotty Ray and Candace. How are y'all?
Good.
Sweet. Now, what happens next Tuesday? Tell us about what's going to go down.
Well, I thank y'all for calling me this morning because I'm a morning person. Remember, don't talk to me after 3. And I've loaded up with breakfast at Mr. Rogers. So I'm in high cotton right now. I'm ready to high step with y'all.
That Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers.
Oh, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
It is good. And did you know they have homemade biscuits?
No.
I hate to confess to y'all, I've been eating up there. I couldn't tell you since the Jeans on Front Street, closed down from breakfast.
Right.
And I was ordering toast, and then somebody came out of the kitchen with the apron all messed up. I said, "What is that?" They said, "Well, we make homemade biscuits." And I thought, "Oh my gosh!" And that's my problem. I cannot believe I've been missing those homemade biscuits.
Oh goodness, yeah.
Well, tell us about Tuesday and what is coming.
Tuesday, Tuesday is a big day. Naturally, we've been in our circle of realm. It's a big day for us, and we're bad to assume it's a big day for everybody. But Congress is so important. And now, remember, Mississippi is one of the few states that has elections every 4 years, and this is called midterm. And midterm, out of the 4-year cycle, is the smallest or lowest turnout out of the 4 years compared, because like next year, we're back on the state and level with governor to constable, and then the year after that's presidential, and then the year after that goes back to the city for mayor and city council. So this is midterm, is the smallest, but to me, Congress is so important, making these decisions about us in Mississippi and the nation. So we had 11% turnout, a little over 11%, which I found out later was the state average. Usually Lauderdale County is way above the state average. The pulse of all the everybody had opposition in the 4 congressional districts. There are runoffs down on the coast with Palazzo, and in 3. The other 2, were settled, so those candidates will go to the November ballot. So, but hopefully we'll have a good turnout. We're pretty average, normal on our absentee. We've got a lot of people that are going to be at the coast. A lot of people, are going to go to Ole Miss. They were even voting knowing that Ole Miss is going to win. They had a crystal ball last night, so that was wonderful.
Anyway, how was the turnout in the general before this primary? How did Mississippi do on that?
We were way above average, And the other good thing that shows our numbers, I think I've told y'all before, the Secretary of State has called us in the past to double check our numbers because we surpass most counties on turnout. And I think the reason for that really is our election commissioners do such a great job of trying to purge and keep our voter rolls up to date. So they're not inflated like they are in some counties that make it just look ridiculously low, But they do a good job trying to keep us up to date.
All right, my next question is, I've been bombarded by an email that's floating around to where it is urging Democrats to go vote in the Republican primary. Can we do that? Is that legal to do that?
Yes, it's legal. It's legal because in Mississippi, you're not registered by party. Like Florida and California, you're registered by party, so you have no choice.
Gotcha.
But most states, you're not registered by party. And like when we train the poll workers for every election when there's a primary, of course, it's usually a Democrat and Republican primary at the same time. This is unusual since the Democrats just had one candidate, and their candidate, is already on the November ballot. But had we had a Democrat primary and Republican primary, on last 2 weeks ago, your name is printed in the Democrat book and your name is printed in the Republican book. So when you go into your precinct, you always have to go to the right table to vote your candidate. So you can vote any way you want to. We have almost 42,000 registered voters in Monroe County, and 42,000 people can show up next Tuesday if they choose to. That is their prerogative because you're not registered by party. So, no, it's not illegal.
Okay, well, that answers that. We'll talk more about it after we get off with you of what we think about it. But thank you for clearing that up of deciding whether it is legal or not illegal. You got all that handled down there.
Yes.
We've been hit with that question a lot, especially since the first primary. You know, we've been hit with a lot with that because people think they're indoctrinated for one party, but and of course in November, you know, in any general election, you're going to have a Republican, a Democrat, an Independent, a Green Card, a Libertarian. You can vote any way you want to. Something I try to bring up and educate the public. You know, write-ins do not count, but yet we had 10 people to show up in the first primary that you know, chose to write in. Certainly it is their privilege and prerogative to do so, but why waste your gas?
Yeah, because your vote
voted for themselves.
your vote's not going to count that way, is it?
Yeah.
No, but by law, whatever voting device you have, and this has been for 100 years, you have to have the write-in space on every single ballot election, just in case. And I use the example, we had a judge that died 2 weeks before the election in Jones County a few years ago, and you had to have that was the purpose of the write-in space. You know, because you've got to have that,
Okay.
you know, to write in somebody. So that's why it's always got to be on there. But for somebody, people think they're cute and Mickey Mouse, Tarzan, Donald Duck.
Right.
But needless to say, I think these 10 people probably voted for themselves because they use their gas money.
Well, thank you, Donna Jill, for talking with us, and we'll check with you next week as polls get ready to open on Tuesday as well.
Well, I appreciate Candace, you and Scotty Ray educating the voters that we've gone back to paper ballots, that you walk in your precinct, walk in and walk out. There are no lines since we've given up those touch screens, and you can thank Jeff Tate for that.
Yeah, Will. I saw him just the other day.
Great.
Thank you
Y'all
so
have a
much.
Wonderful Friday.
Thank you.
And y'all keep the talk up so we can have a great turnout Tuesday.
Will do.
Thank you.
Great. Thank y'all. Appreciate
Bye-bye.
it. Bye-bye.
Straight from the Lauderdale County Courthouse, Donna Jill Johnson letting us know. Now, the email is floating around. Well, let's just go ahead and address this because it's everywhere. My inbox has been filled up with it. It's an email out in Neshoba County that is urging Democrats to go vote Republican in this runoff. As Donna Jill just told us, it is legal to do so. Is it ethically right? No, I don't think so.
From what I understand, because I had heard Michael Cassidy also this morning talking, the problem was it wasn't that the voter could vote Democrat if they were Republican or Republican if they were Democrat. You know, that wasn't the problem because that is legal. If you are a Republican, you can still vote Democrat, like Donna Jill said. But it was the representative up in Neshoba County representing the Republican Party is what I understood that was urging people to vote Democrats to vote Republican to help.
Now, the last
other
time we
candidate
saw
out.
this done on a major scale would be Chris McDaniel, Thad Cochran race. I think we all know that. Chris pretty much had the race in the bag, and then all of a sudden, whoop, here come Haley Barber and the gang. And Chris was defeated in that race, and it was a lot of the same thing to where they had Democrats going and voting in the Republican. Is it legal? Yes. Is it something that...
But if you're a representative of the party, that's what I think. What I think it was. If you're a representative of the party, supposedly, I don't know for a fact. This morning I heard him read out the rule or the, law or whatever it was. That if you are representing that party, you're supposed to stay neutral to that party. You're supposed to, until after the election.
Right. So we'll watch this. That's out there. We wanted to address it so that you'll know what's going on with it and know how to vote. It's coming up Tuesday. Don't make this. A lot of times when we have these runoffs, so few people will show up. We need you to come out in numbers, go vote,
Right.
do the right thing, because we all cannot sit here and complain every day. And I call it complaining. But
Yeah.
to have your right, you need to vote. If you don't vote, then you didn't care enough about the law to go do it, so to speak. Now, if
Right.
you're sick, they offer, if you're going to be out of town, they offer a way for you to go in and vote beforehand.
Right.
But get there, some way, get somebody to take you.
Right. Now, we have the two candidates. I mean, we have one who has never been a politician. He's never been in any kind of political, forum or anything before now. Then we have the other who has been there, and he has a record. You can look that up. You can just Google his name, and it will pull you to different sites that you can check his voting record. It'll tell you the bills he voted on, how he voted, yes or no, if he didn't vote at all. So do your research before you go vote.
It's all on the way. We've got more. We'll talk about what's going on in the community. That's next as we start your Friday morning. Yay, the weekend is here. It's all happening here with Scotty Ray and Candace.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, daybeds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
One of the most important places to you is your home. That's why Patrick Allen Companies is proud to provide style, functionality, and security to your home. There's nothing quite like a well-designed overhead garage door or vinyl replacement windows, or the safety of a storm shelter to help your family feel protected. Patrick Allen offers doors and windows for commercial and industrial with dozens of innovative designs. Patrick Allen Companies, safety, service, and satisfaction.
First 10 days following an accident are crucial. Insurance companies don't wait. They have a staff of adjusters, attorneys, and investigators collecting information that can be used against you.
Call Richard Schwartz today.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace. And I ask you this. I'm going to do an interview with Michael Guess. And if you've got, I'll have to tape it beforehand because the confliction of schedules, he can't be here live with us.
They're busy.
As we had Cassidy. But if you've got a question that you would like for me to ask him, please send me that. It took me 4 or 5 hours yesterday to make sure the equipment would hook up with his equipment to where they will be to make sure all will be smooth, but we'll be able to do it now. I wanted to make sure before we got out there on a limb.
Right.
But if you've got a question that you would like to ask Michael Guess, please put that in the notes there or inbox me so that we can ask him and find out about all of this.
Right.
That's on the way there. Election time is here. They are very important, almost your patriotic duty in my mind. A lot of folks don't pay much attention to it.
Yeah.
I ain't worried about that. That's somebody else.
Somebody said, "Why would you be voting They're not voting Democrat because these two candidates are Republican.
Correct.
They're urging some people. Now, this is what this was stating. Some people were urging the Democrats to vote Republican, to cross over and vote Republican to help one of the candidates out.
Yeah.
That's what that was about.
And that's what happened in the race a few years back with Thad Cochran and also with Chris McDaniel. There was a lot of sway went on. Is it illegal? No. Is it kind of ethically crossing some lines? You shouldn't do that.
Yeah. I want to say thank you to everybody that's wished me happy birthday. Y'all are so sweet.
And I had no idea it was Candace's birthday.
Well, I didn't have any idea when it was your birthday. Don't you remember that?
That's true.
But no, I'm not one that goes, tomorrow is my birthday.
What?
Next week's my birthday,
Is it 73 or 74? I lost track from last year. Which is it?
What?
Your birthday. How many? Are you 73?
No, I was born in 74, Scotty Ray. I'm 48.
I knew I had a 70 in there somewhere.
Yeah. I'm 48.
Look at her telling her age. Most people go back to, I'm 29.
Most people, I'm just thankful that I'm healthy and I'm alive and, I'm blessed.
To be ticking and making it along.
I am. I'm just thankful.
Are y'all, is your husband one of those romantics, since y'all are still newlyweds, to where he goes out on a limb, tries to surprise you and all that? Or is it to the point where, and then he goes on about his business?
No, he's good. He don't, it's not, it's not, I don't know how to explain
She
it.
can't
Kurt,
tell it.
I haven't figured him out in that sense.
Well,
too
nobody's
much,
figured Kurt out.
But he's just good to me. You know, I'll just say that. He does little things for me, and so yeah.
Just like
But
last,
he doesn't just go, oh, whatever. No.
last week, I gave Angie a screwdriver when she asked for it. I felt like I'd done something good all week long just for that. For those of you who don't know my wife, she is the type that doesn't ask, she just does and starts projects that I wish she would quit.
Look, but she is very talented.
Like
Angie
I said, I
can do.
really wish she'd just calm down.
Somebody said, Scotty, you're flirting with danger.
I'm just telling you how it is.
Yeah.
That woman will rip out a wall. You come home and you go, where'd the wall go? Well, I didn't like it.
I don't think I've ever seen
She can't sit
somebody
still.
do so much, like has her hand in just every little thing that she's doing.
Right, as we all around the house think, "Whew, gosh, I wish she'd just sit down. Just go sit down. You and your chickens, go visit each other." She's got like
Look,
the condominium of chickens.
Look, though, what all she's done.
Right, cost me a lot of money.
Oh, my goodness.
That's what I was looking at. Just
I think
over
she
it.
saved you a lot of money, Scotty.
Well, I wouldn't have spent it had she not got off in it, though.
Yeah, but she's like a
And
contractor.
look, I understand, as a kid, I never understood it why you go to your grandparents' house and have the same couch for like 90 years. Because at some point, it really doesn't matter. That old couch looks good, leave it alone. But no, not her. Here she comes. She go redecorate it.
Yeah. That's just the woman.
But, I think a lot of guys are that way to where flatlining is okay with decorating. But, you get a woman involved, that's got to go.
I think it's good that she's motivated to do that. I used to be motivated to do a lot more than what I do now, and I'm just like, I
It
like
happens.
it. Yeah.
Look, there's an event coming up this weekend at the Lauderdale County Adoption Center for pets, and that's going to be out on Rocky Lane there in Marion. And we'd love for you to come out. They got all kinds of pups as we look at this. Let's pull this up. I brought this up this morning here. If you want to go out and take a look around, they've got an event that's going to. Oh, look at the kitties. Aren't they cute? They need home too. There's another one there.
That's a cute little dog.
Adopt me.
Oh.
They get them all.
Oh, look at the bow tie on the little cat.
Yeah. This Saturday from the hours of 4 to 6. Let me scroll back down here and show you what it is here. I know I'm scaring you on television here as I get to this.
You're making me nauseous.
Yeah, there it is. You're invited. Here it is on the screen. 4 to 6 p.m. this Saturday. It's going to be there at the shelter on Rocky Lane in Marion. Invite you by. They'll have tours. They're going to be raising some money. Go by and see them. Lots of little puppies.
Look at the sweet
need
little
home.
black puppy over here. It looks like a lab.
They're beautiful.
Like a lab mix.
But if you can go by and support them, they really would appreciate that. And that's going to be happening this Saturday, 4 to 6 p.m. Might find you a pet that you want. If nobody likes you, a puppy dog will even like you.
Yeah.
Seriously, that old saying of when everybody in the world's mad at you, your dog still likes you.
Yeah.
They do. They're happy within 3 minutes to see you again. You leave the room and they'll be happy when you come back.
Look, it's Barbara Dean's birthday today. She said happy birthday to me, and it's her birthday too. So happy birthday, Barbara.
Ooh, the sexiest woman in Meridian alive, Carolyn Smith. She's up in Adam today. Hey, Carolyn. Glad to see you there.
Yeah, good morning, Terry Shelton. Deborah McKee, good morning. And Debbie Jones. I can't talk this morning. I'm sorry, y'all.
Amanda Lunsford says she's got lots of pets. They are fun. I hope you have some. Another event that's going to be happening also this weekend is going to be at Meridian Honda. Swing by. This is a great benefit for one of our own here, Meridian. As we pull this up, David Shelton has cancer. They're doing a benefit car show. Starts at 2 o'clock on Saturday afternoon in the parking lot there. $20 entry fee, and it goes to help him and his family.
Yes, it does. Because as we know, with sickness, bills rack up. Not just hospital bills, your everyday bills that still come in regardless.
Right.
And so go out there and help them out. That's for a very, very good cause.
Yeah, so go by and support it. Let's see, a little different this morning. Nobody else can tell it, but this is a true test of how things work. We are 100% generator this morning. We have no electricity on in the background, and all this is being run off one of these Generac generators. They're great. As why we're still in the middle of building our new studio when the power had to be cut to get power to the new studio that's going in. So that's why we're doing that this morning. I was a little nervous of thinking, ooh, what if something goes wrong?
I know.
But as we can see, everything's working.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I hadn't skipped a beat, yet.
Yeah. So that's all good news.
Anitra Humphreys asked where the car show is going to be at Meridian Honda. So.
Right. So check that out. It begins at 2 o'clock. They'll begin set up right after lunch and getting care of everything. Listen, yesterday afternoon, the Meridian Fire Department, they were kind of busy. This was kind of close to fire station number 1 as we pull this. And let me show this because I mentioned this morning. If you don't know what these guys do every day, this is a glimpse into somebody else's work of what they do. Let's show this. Look at that. Yesterday, as we all know, 100 degrees. Heat index, 105, 107. Look what they're wearing. That's hot.
Yeah.
And then they have to go into these battles.
Because they have their regular clothes on under that.
Right.
Also, you know.
And what that was, it was a small fire there, real close to fire station number 1 that started underneath a fire staircase. Said it wrong. And they ran to the calls and put it all out. And a big thank you to them, the unsung heroes in the background that take care of us every day, whether it's a volunteer fire department or the regular fire department.
Yes, we're thankful for them for sure.
Big thank you on that. Let's see what else went on. Oh, we got to talk about this. Y'all going to load up the car and go do this as the city of Meridian gets ready for the 4th of July celebration.
It's going to be nice.
Yeah. Bonita Lake's gates will open up around 3:30. They'll start serving cold drinks around 4.
Okay. It's going to be nice, y'all. You can, and you know, a lot of times we would go park at the mall.
Yeah.
There,
and
you
that's
can see really good from
that's
there.
still going, and they'll have the trolley system beginning around 5:30, transporting back and forth. And then probably dark 39ish is when the fireworks will rip loose.
Okay.
So City of Meridian putting that on. It'll be fun. Also, as we go a little bit further south in Meridian, we jump down to our friends in Clark County. They're going to be doing this at Archusa. Now, they charge to go there to cover the cost of the fireworks is what that's about. It's $10 a car, live music. They'll have that going on, bouncy house for kids, and then the boat parade at 8 o'clock. So if you're in Clark County, can't make it to Meridian, there's option B. And if you've got an option C, we'd like to hear from you of your little town if you've got one somewhere that will be doing fireworks also.
So it won't be a lack of fireworks displays on 4th of July.
Yeah. Well, you were here the year that the fireworks went crazy at our house, weren't you?
No, I heard about it. I wasn't. I wish I would have been.
They were being shot off.
Sounds like it would have been pretty funny to watch.
It shot up amongst everybody standing around, and everybody done the hibby-jibby dance. And they ran because it was shooting everywhere. One of the fireworks fell over somehow.
You know, that's always a scare. I mean, I like almost got taken out by one. I don't know if it was last year in the driveway at my house. Yeah, it just barely missed my
Buzz that head.
Yes. You know, and the little spinning ones.
Right.
That you really don't ever know what's going to happen with them.
Yeah.
You know, they could take off towards you. Yeah.
Zipper or something like that's what it's called. As we get ready for this, remember CBS here in Meridian 24 will carry Miss Mississippi pageant tomorrow night. Miss Holly Brand will be handing over her crown to someone new. Already Miss Jones County, she's a beautiful girl, has won, and also Miss University take first round picks in some of the preliminaries that happen with this.
All right.
So who will be our next Miss Mississippi? That's a mouthful. Try saying that.
I know, Miss Mississippi. Wow. Yes.
They're always gorgeous, and Holly has done such a fantastic job for us of representing us and the state of Mississippi.
This weekend in Vicksburg, I think it's going to be, I think it's in Vicksburg. A girl that I work with her daughter is going to be in the Miss Mississippi High School thing. I think it's this weekend.
That's where they're holding the Miss Mississippi.
Oh,
so
no, well,
guess
then it's
all
next weekend then. It's coming up. I will just say that. Coming up. Laurel Joyner is going to be going for the Miss Mississippi High School thing. So, yeah.
Good luck with that.
I'm going to get a picture and put it up for y'all because she's a beautiful girl.
Oh, there you go. A few of the things happening this weekend. I looked at this, and this is always concerning when you go to the grocery store and you notice something don't look right. We talked about this a few weeks ago. We've got more products that are now being downgraded, not as much in there. Angel Soft toilet paper is dropping from 425 sheets on that roll to 320. Same price.
That's a big difference.
Yeah, that's, woo.
100 less.
Yeah. Actually,
100.
105.
Yeah.
Boy. You're right. Hank Jr. did sing that. Miss Mississippi just walked through the door. Woo-hoo. Honey Bunches of Oats is down from 14. They were at 14.5 ounces, and now it's only 12 ounces that you will be getting in the box that you purchase.
Great.
Thought you might want to know that. Dow, the fluid that you get, your hand wash there, is dropping from 21 ounces to 16 ounces. And all this is in the cover of darkness. Now, they don't send out memos, hey, we're cutting this. It just kind of appears, and you scratch your head and go, something don't look right, but you don't know what it is.
What's bad is the chips. The chip bag is already half air anyway, And now that's going down also. The Frito-Lay just shrunk regular bags of Doritos from 9.75 ounces to 9.25 ounces.
Crest toothpaste. Do y'all squeeze that as far as you can and twist it and get it
rub
off?
it on the counter?
It's going from 4.1 ounces down to 3.8 if you're looking at your toothpaste. That's a bunch. You think about the money that they're saving on doing this of the cut bags.
Look, the 2-pack of Reese's peanut butter cups. I thought they were fixing to say they were just going to give you one now. But no, the 2-pack of Reese's peanut butter cups, where's it at on there? Okay. Used to weigh 1.6 ounces. Now it's going to weigh just a 1.5 ounces. That's not a huge difference.
Gatorade dropping from 32 to 28 ounces. I'm just shocked at all of this. Wheat Thins, 16 to 14 ounces. And I guess as you do the math on this, so the bean counters in these companies, they add all of this up, and
Cottonelle toilet paper's going down. Let's see, the Bounty paper towel sheets from 165 sheets to 147 sheets.
That's a good bit there. And the list just goes on and on. So the moral to this story is just take a look at what you're buying there. And we did get a message there. The Miss High School pageant is going to be in Little Rock, Arkansas, is where that's headed to.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Little Rock.
Okay.
Reba's saying about that. Hey, Little Rock.
Yeah, but Laurel is a beautiful girl. She's going to represent us well.
Also, what's her name? Leanne Womack saying a little past Little Rock. That's those sheet rockers. They always want to call.
They might have an issue.
Well, they can wait for an hour or so. Oh, goodness. Let's see here. As we begin today, other things that are going on as we get this day going. The bipartisan bill on the gun control bill has passed. Earlier this morning, I mentioned the 11 senators that crossed the line that voted. They did. Went right across there. Senator Blackburn from Tennessee said she's not doing it, although she agrees that there are some mental issues with this. She cannot take away from the Second Amendment right of every American. It's your God-given right as an American. That's the way she feels on that.
Okay.
But Lindsey Graham was one of those that crossed that line that said he's going to hook up with them, and he did that.
Now, is this the one that has the red flag laws?
Yes. It's not passed, but it kind of designs it out to where something could be done. As we look at North Carolina, Richard Burr, Shelley Moore, West Virginia, Louisiana, Bill Cassidy, Maine, Susan Collins, John, do you pronounce that Corwin? Cornyn? Texas?
I think so.
Joni Ernest from Iowa. South Carolina is Lindsey Graham doing that. Alaska, Lisa Murkowski. And from Ohio, Rob Portman. From Utah, Mitt Romney, no shock there.
Yeah.
Thom Tillis from North Carolina. From Pennsylvania, Pat Toomey. Indiana, Todd Young. And Missouri, Rob Blunt are the Republicans that crossed the line that voted for that. In case you wanted to write that down. Keep up with that. Always good to keep up with politics of who's doing what. We'll see where that becomes.
Yeah.
And by now, and I joked about this morning. Have you seen the picture of Joe yet?
No, but I've heard about it. Yeah. That it even says take your seat.
And I've
like
got a
when you have to be
picture of it.
told to take your seat.
You are the president of the United States of America. You should be able to do what you want.
Yeah. You give brief comments.
Let's go
I wish he didn't have his finger over how many minutes.
Let's look at and this comes from Daily Mail, and this is no lie. As they walk in the room, and he flashes his card like this, and of course they're going to take pictures of it. And this is it. And again, this is from Daily Mail as we look at this. There's the card. That happened. You enter the room, say hello. How many presidents have to
Take your seat. Press enters. Give brief comments.
Don't get me wrong. Every president, everybody has an agenda that they go by. All right, the crowd will come in at 9 o'clock, but they don't get cue cards to take with them on how to sit, and you leave the room and ask it. That is not the way it really works. Just to let you know what's going on behind the scenes there. Let's see here. Do you watch the TikTok much?
I don't have TikTok, but I've watched other people's videos, and every now and then on Facebook, somebody will share a TikTok video, and you'll get to see it, a little snippet of it. But it's some funny stuff on there. But I won't do it because I've always heard it's from China.
Well, this guy started out on YouTube, and he was fired, lost his job. He was a factory worker, and I talked about this earlier. He's 22 years old, and the life hacks that you're always hearing about. Well, he takes them and kind of makes fun of it. And he is the most followed person in the world now. Somebody that's 22 years old, lost their job, didn't know what they were going to do, started making fun of this stuff on YouTube, and it has progressed to TikTok to where he is the most followed person in the entire world. You want to talk about influence? And he's not political. It's just downright funny what he does.
I've never seen it. I have to see if I can.
He is funny, and I give him a thumbs up for that boy for doing something creative. And the big thing there, he's not pushing an issue. He's just doing what he does.
Yeah.
He's good at it. Yeah. It's good to see that. Let's see here what else is going on across America there. That story, there was a woman that came out last week. We don't know everything on this to where a judge supposedly gave guardianship of their child, and she was saying that she was raped. He said, no, she wasn't. It's back and forth in court. I don't know where this is going to go. It is up in the air. It makes no sense. She claims that he raped her. She said he didn't, but he got custody of the child. Now a judge has come back and done away with that and put it all on hold. That's a very confusing story. So we'll see where that goes in the near future of what's going on with all that. Netflix, more people are falling off, and they have turned loose 300 workers. Lost their job. Stocks are falling. America is so sick of the wokeism.
So they can't afford to keep the workers, probably?
That's it.
Yeah.
They spent so much money on, what's that group there from over across the pond there that Megan and her husband, what's his name? The little Prince guy?
Oh, something about you asking me a question makes my mind go blank.
Prince Harry, isn't that his name?
Megan.
Isn't it Harry?
Markle.
Right, but his name is Harry, right?
Harry, Prince Harry.
Yeah, they spent a lot of money on
Redheaded.
them. It's cost everybody a lot of jobs. Yeah. The Obama show is gone. That's off Netflix.
Well, I said in the beginning that when things just progressively kept getting worse, people were going to get sick of all this wokeness, and I'm tired of even calling it that because I'm just going to call it just craziness. People are sick of it, and I knew it would get to that point where it would just come to a head, and people were going to get,
most of America is there,
showing backlash from it. So,
and explain this to me. Say you get married. You're married for 10 months, and I guess the word I'm looking for is there was intimacy. There's a word for that. That the marriage was okay, and the mother-in-law keeps thinking there's something weird about that husband. Turns out after 10 months, the wife discovers that the husband is really a woman.
Okay.
All because mother-in-law made him take his clothes off so she could see.
Now, I'm going to go out on a limb here. I could understand a man turning into, something, and maybe possibly, okay, you might not know that. I can't understand, though.
Yeah,
that's.
Yeah, I'm going to leave that there, but that actually happened. That's a
I
headline.
I could say a whole lot, but since we're on, for the world to see, I'm just not going to go there.
Ooh, have mercy. Boy, sometimes you have to draw a picture for people.
Yeah.
Stick people. Yeah. Anyway.
Unless she'd never, ever, ever seen.
Who knows?
I don't know. I really
Boy,
don't.
the rest of the story, I bet that's
she's in. I wouldn't even say that.
Okay. We'll leave that alone. We're going to move on to the next subject.
She's in an awful position. I'm just going to say that.
I thought you said an off there for a moment.
No, I was going to say something else.
Scotty Ray and Candace, good morning. Coming up, we're going to tell you about what happened on this date. Don't miss it. A lot of fun facts all right around the corner. Spring is here, and it's time to quit spending all of your weekend cutting grass when you could step up to a Skag zero-turn mower. Freeman Tractor in Collinsville has the #1 rated zero-turn mower, Skag, with cutting widths from 36 inches to 72 inches. Skag, the #1 choice of professional landscapers because they know nothing outcuts or outlasts a Skag.
0% financing for 48 months with payments starting as low as $129 a month. Stop by Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 and see coleslaw or buttermilk.
At the Promised Land Journey, Pastor Bill Freeman will be your tour guide through the world of the biblical times. Roughly 3,000 people take the tour of Lauderdale County's recreation of Moses' Tabernacle, a tour of Christ's crucifixion and burial tomb, as well as a bird's-eye view of first-century Jerusalem in the Holy Land. Schedule a free tour and consider donating to the Promised Land Journey located at Covenant Life Church, 624 Highway 19 North in Collinsville.
If you're a first-time watcher, we do appreciate you dropping by, and everybody else that joins us every day. Thank you all so much for making us a part of your day. We thank you so much.
We do. We sure enough appreciate you all the time. And look, somebody asked about the TikTok guy's name. His name is Cabby, if I'm saying that right, Khaby, Lame, Lame.
And he is some kind of funny.
Okay.
Now, on the way, we're also going to talk about Collinsville, Mississippi. That's right around the corner. Y'all don't rush off. We had a bunch of break-ins, and we mentioned it yesterday. Now we know more about the story. That's on the way. All right, let's turn back the hands of time. And Candace is not going to remember this show because I brought it up one time, and she said, huh? Yeah. But back in 1972, when I was 3 years old, and we had that black and white television, there was a TV show came on called Manax. He was a detective, kind of like before Rockford File came along. And, well, he made it to the cover of the TV Guide back in 72 on this day. Manax.
Yeah. Yeah, I have never heard of him.
It was a good show. Maybe one day there would be a rerun, and I can relive my childhood once again. It was an awful day in 1981 as we were all scared that we would never see any of them again as they canceled our show. The big star of the show was only on there 1 year, and it left such an influence, and after 30, 40 years, she's still the it of it, followed closely by another one there. But Charlie's Angels ended this day. Farrah was really and truly the star of the show.
Yeah.
Jacqueline Smith is number 2, and we can't remember the other one's name ever.
I've never seen her on anything else.
Nope. Bree was her name. Kate Jackson?
Kate Jackson.
But she just didn't have the charisma that connected with the audiences like the others did.
She was a little tougher acting, you know.
She scared me, I'm not going to lie. When they had her and her pictures in the training academy, I thought, woo, I'm glad she didn't pull me over. But the Jacqueline Smith, is that not a beautiful woman?
She is very, very beautiful. She is. To this day, she's still a pretty lady.
You still see her on Lifetime shows and things of that stuff.
She's always been real classy, you know, just classy dressed, classy. She has really had the way she acted. If she had interview or anything, she just, you know.
Hey, we're learning that Manax is still on overnights on MeTV. I didn't realize that. And Scott said he kept his gun in his britches and wondered he didn't shoot himself. I guess he didn't have a holster. It's been so long since I've seen it. And Virginia, you're right. She is some kind of classy act. I really like her. She's a sweetheart on top of it. 1987, this guy came along. He released his song. It flopped. It would take him a couple years. He would get another record deal, and then they would re-release the song that all started called Digging Up Bones. And by 1987, this guy became a household name. And this is one of the songs that did it. Forever and Ever Amen went #1 with Randy Travis. And, of course, his real name is Randy Trawick. He's had his ups and downs. He's brought us 3 wooden crosses and many, many, many songs. And bless his heart, he's had a stroke. We don't know what caused that. And we do hope that he is doing better.
Yeah.
But Randy Travis really influenced the 80s and where music went.
I used to love to listen to his music, you know.
Oh, I still do.
I love the 3 Wooden Crosses song. That's the best.
And there for a while, Randy toured and just done some gospel shows in churches there for a while. But a lot of great songs that he delivered to us. Hopefully they'll take you back in time. Remember that. Randy is a good man. 1987, you first saw this guy. He passed away. You remember seeing him on The Honeymooners for the first time. But as a kid of 8 years old, making it to downtown Meridian, spending my $3 to see this movie, because I'd saved it up. This was my allowance of cutting the grass. And I spent my money to go see this movie here, Smokey and the Bandit. And I have never seen a man that could take a cuss word and change it and make it so funny. And he did that. In Smokey and the Bandit, there was another like Jackie Gleason.
He was funny.
That scene where he gets out of the car and makes them spread them across the car when they're stealing the car with the wedding dress.
Yeah.
Funny.
He was so funny. I just remember him sitting in that car that was nothing hardly left of it.
Yeah.
Still riding, trying to catch the bandit.
And do y'all remember the scene in the restaurant where he goes to the bathroom where Bandit's eating, and he goes to the bathroom and he takes the toilet paper on his sunglasses and he walks outside and the waitress wraps up the toilet paper back inside? Just one of those little moments.
Oh, my goodness.
Smokey and the Bandit. What a great time it was. And we did lose Jackie Gleason on this day. This really goes right into Candace and everything that she's made up of. The Chinese are even saying they believe it now with you, Candace. 1997, Roswell opened up after a 50-year hiatus. That's where all of the little aliens are supposedly at.
We went to Roswell, like we did. We went to the little museum in Roswell. It is a neat thing to go see. And there's a lot of documentation in there that is... I mean, it will make you really, really believe that their stuff has happened.
Okay.
I know you joke. I know you think I'm joking.
I'll believe in little green men.
Okay.
But there were reports in Meridian, I'll give it that somebody saw one years ago back in the 60s. I think it was 67. They documented it. Yeah. And then we had the two old boys from the Mississippi Gulf Coast that wrote a book about it, and they really believe they were abducted.
Well, I'm going to say I've seen 2 different times. I've seen something in the sky that looks like real shiny object, like that went really fast through the sky.
Yeah, it was a mirror in somebody's.
No, it wasn't. I'm telling y'all. Now, do I think there's little green men? No, I don't think that.
That's what they think at Roswell.
I don't think that.
What do you think?
I don't.
You think they're purple?
I don't know, Scotty Ray.
I think we would have. I mean, really, all these cameras we sent to Mars, wouldn't there be a little green man walk by every once in a while and do a hand wave at something?
I just think there's a lot out there that probably we don't even know about, and it possibly could be some other life somewhere else. I don't know.
Nah, I ain't falling for it. I think it's a money-making gimmick thing to where they can hold these big things in Coliseums and charge people $30 to come in. Yeah. That's my belief.
Now, I mean, I think people have taken advantage of making money off of it for sure. And then in that museum, they have where it's shown where people have tried to get publicity type stuff going on by throwing like a pie tin up in the air and taking a picture of it, and stuff. And they've called out like the people who were trying to do things like that in that museum. But then there is documentation to where there's all kind of planes, like military planes, ships, all kind of stuff have just come up missing, just out of the blue come up missing. They've never found them. And
that'd be because they wanted them to disappear.
But there was a ship found out in the ocean that absolutely nothing was wrong with the ship, but everybody on it was gone.
They got on another boat.
Well,
and then I guess, Candace, you would fall for that, to where in the fields, all those the signs in the field and the crops, it's people that take out snow skis and do that. I just want everybody to know that.
Yeah,
it's no aircraft landing doing that.
John Talbert's referring to, I guess, the book. I don't know. Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus.
I've never watched that. I've heard of it or read the book.
Yeah.
Let's see. And somebody said that they were little blue men. I had the color wrong there, the people that jump out those Enterprises. Yeah. 2002, what was the number one song? This would be their very first big number one. And we'd go back to These Days, where Rascal Flatts was the number one song. That was a good one.
Yeah, it was.
He just sits around, waits on her to come back. And she married a rodeo cowboy, and she ain't never going to be his girl no more. Find that out at the end of the song. He just goes to work and cries. I feel for him already again.
They all broke up, though. They're not a group anymore. Right?
They retired, I think.
You know, the one guy, the dark-haired guy, with the little...
Got the wife as a
little beard thing.
Playmate.
Yeah. But anyway, they're friends with the Chrisleys.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. The Chrisley knows best. You know, he and his wife are waiting to be sentenced.
The lead singer, Gary LeVox, is a big hunter, believe it or not, with his moose. I don't know how he gets out in the woods with all that moose, but he is a big hunter.
Yeah, okay.
As we go to 2006 tonight, you would go to the theaters to see this one, and it was huge. Johnny Depp, Dead Man's Chest premiered. That was a pretty good show there.
All right.
All those Johnny Depp fans. 2008, we would learn, this has happened 2 to 3 times. This would be the first time that he would drop his mic, jump in the crowd, and stop a fight. He was singing, and an old boy started whooping up on his girlfriend. Tim McGraw couldn't handle it. He stopped singing, went in the crowd, got the guy, had the guy removed from the auditorium.
I think that's great. I think It's a good thing you stepped
And wasn't
in.
it Faith? Well, she jumped on
Yeah,
that old
she
girl and
did.
said, "Don't you be touching my man."
Yeah. I think that's a good thing too. No.
But didn't she?
Yeah, she did. Now, I mean, you got to know though that you're up there. Women are going to be, you know, or if it was a woman, there's going to be men saying stuff.
Right.
You know, you
right.
just,
I'm just waiting for it to happen. I stand around trying to get it to happen. Hadn't happened yet.
oh my goodness. Diane Hill commented a little something on the alien thing. I think
She got one now?
she
Can we
said
go
our
visit?
cows and horses all ran when we went to see what was wrong, and we saw one when I was younger.
Okay, now. When did this happen?
She was younger.
Okay.
I don't know when.
We
that
don't have a
was.
year.
Yeah.
I'm just not in. I think it was somebody probably pulling your leg. Mm-hmm. But it happens.
Yeah, I don't know. I wish you could go see the museum. You might change your mind, because I was real skeptical too before I went in there. I was like,
look,
Scotty Ray.
look. I made the Amway man pack his stuff up and go home. Because I asked questions.
Yeah.
I got invited to a dinner, and it was an Amway party, and he was telling me how rich I was going to get, and I said, "Do what?"
Yeah.
And he just kept on. And I kept asking questions. He got mad and left. I ruined the dinner for everybody.
Really?
I did.
I think I made the steak man mad one time when he come around. I was like, "No, you're not coming over to my house.
Oh, look,
laying out all these steaks. I don't know you."
Look, we got a message from Debbie, and she said she would beat down any woman over her man.
Oh.
Woo. There we go. As we go to the last guy, you're not going to know this guy's name. You'll recognize his face. Remember the Western Pale Rider? He's been in so many movies, and I never knew his name. His real name is Billy Drago. He passed away back in 2019, but he's been in a ton of movies as the bad guy.
Yeah.
But do I know his name? No. But there you go. That's a little moment as we walk down memory lane today. We'll be right back with more on the way with Scotty Ray and Candace as we start your weekend. It's officially here.
It
Glad
is.
to have you a part of it.
The Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville has these great savings this week. Fresh corn 3-pack, $1.79. Fresh Georgia peaches, $1.79 a pound. Vidalia onions, a 2-pound bag, $2.49. Fresh cucumbers, 2 for $1. Heinz tomato ketchup, 32-ounce, $3.99. And certified Angus beef T-bone steak, family pack, $9.99 a pound.
We're down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
Bring in the 4th of July with a big bang from the Red Fireworks Barn on Highway 19 South. East Mississippi and West Alabama's largest fireworks retailer. The Red Fireworks Barn is fully stocked and open for your 4th of July needs, including hundreds of new arrivals. From small to family packs, the Red Fireworks Barn offers the largest selection again with the best prices around. Home with a no-dud guarantee. Remember the name, the Red Fireworks Barn, for your 4th of July celebration, Highway 19 South in Meridian. See Charlie today.
First 10 days following an accident are crucial. Insurance companies don't wait. They have a staff of adjusters, attorneys, and investigators collecting information that could be used against you.
Call Richard Schwartz today.
Welcome back as we head over to the Farm Supply. They got a lot going on over there, whether it's a pet, a T-shirt for the 4th of July that you need. If you're looking for a new rod and reel, take a kid fishing. It's always fun. They got the latest lures, all of your stuff that you'll need, including the line and a whole lot more there.
Yes.
Of course, sods arrive there if you're trying to get your grass to grow.
You better get your sprinkler ready, though.
They even got those.
Yeah.
See them. They'll do that, including the lawn furniture for the 4th. If you don't have enough patio furniture, see them. They can get you fixed up just in time for your get-together. Of course, plants to make your place look better all across the back porch and around the house, including the yard as well. Got those cool shirts to wear during the summertime weather with comfortable hats. Nothing like a good hat. Find you one there. Go by and see them. Overalls, good working boots. We got those there that are comfortable. Won't put blisters on your feet. You'll like those.
Yeah.
Along with, well, let's see here, that pet stuff as we mentioned. And, of course, any horse or cattle feed that you may need, including sweet feed, they got it. Guns and ammo if you need a new caliber or a scope. It's all there at the Lauderdale County Farm Supply. You can't miss them right by the railroad tracks. Exit 151 right off the interstate is where you need to go. Yes. All right. As we climb toward the top of the hour, let's go ahead and talk about what has gone on in the community, especially out in the West Lauderdale area as we go back over to talk about what went on.
Thieves are busy.
Yeah, they are. And what we had was 11 cars broken into. That happened out at Lake Ross Collins, 10 cars. Then we had one car. Now, this was as of 10 a.m. yesterday morning that they had gotten. There may have been more cars that came out after I talked to Ward Calhoun. They broke into these cars. They were floating. There's video of it. Now, I hope you'll take a chance and go look at it here on our webpage at sammedia.network. You can watch the video. You can find it on our Facebook page. Here's what it looks like. This is what happens in the middle of the night, right there. Here's the video that you can watch as he comes up. Here's a few of the still pictures. And they just go car to car, breaking in, searching, trying to get something for free. Now, how does this work? Just like the last time that Lake Ross Collins was robbed. From my understanding of people out there, they steal a car, they drive out there, they fill it, they park it, they all fan out and go through these subdivisions and take whatever they want if the car is open. Sometimes they'll bust a window open, but for the most part, it's cars that are open. Do not leave anything in your car and lock it. Subdivisions are what they want because they can hit more cars at once.
Right.
They get more loot, so to say. This is bad.
Yeah, you got to be brave in this day and time, though, knowing that a lot of people have cameras. You know,
They don't care, do they?
no, So
The Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department is working hard to solve this. I think they have some leads. We'll find out from Ward where they are in this investigation. And hopefully these criminals will be brought to justice for taking what was rightfully yours. This was a huge hit, 10 cars. And I almost want to believe that number is going to be higher once we get the tally in.
right. You might want to install the security lights also that, you know, automatically come on when you walk up.
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of sometimes can deter people because they think have noticed they're out there and flip the light on. So you might want to think about getting one of those.
But if you've got something missing, contact the Sheriff's Department. You can go online to the Sheriff's Department also and fill out a form. If you just can't get there, make a phone call. You can do it online as well and submit that. They'll handle it from there also. But let's watch our stuff.
Oh, goodness, I can't stand a thief.
No.
It's just,
Big news is we go back to Texas. You know, the police chief that's in this controversy where he kind of stood around and not done anything?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've put him on leave at this point as the investigation goes on. There's even pictures of him in the school a few minutes right after it happened, and the police were not able to do anything because he gave the order not to move forward.
it just didn't make any sense to me.
Most of the kids were still alive at that point.
I mean, it just didn't make any sense. I don't know that I could have just stood by, even though somebody was telling me to. You know,
It was
knowing there was
tough.
children in there.
So think about that. That's one of the things there. They're looking for a couple that vanished. A Virginia couple. They're 65 years old. They were out doing sailing. They've come up missing. They can't find the boat.
Oh my goodness.
Family is distraught, to say the least. That happens. That happens a lot, and we hate to say that. Let's see here. This is a huge mystery, and it makes no sense to me. I've never even heard of this disease. How do you pronounce this word right here? Norovirus?
Norovirus. Uh-huh.
It happened at the Grand Canyon. 118 people were sick. They were all throwing up. They had to have medics come in and have a few of them rush to the hospital there, violently vomiting from it.
So they just
There was a group of
it
them that
must
was
have been
taking
a really
tour.
fast
Yeah.
thing. Like they got exposed to it and then just automatically started getting sick. That's crazy. Usually it'll give a day or so before you kind of come down ill with something.
I caught
scary.
I don't know. I went to a job site about 6 years ago in Texas, and we walked in. It was a meeting. Everybody was hacking and coughing. And within 45 minutes, I had to go get a shot. That's the only time in my life that it was like major kudos up in that place. I got the cooties. But it was more or less the flu that those guys had. And
That's scary.
everybody got it.
Yeah.
So
That's
there you
scary.
go.
I think monkeypox is kind of,
I ain't figured that out yet.
I hadn't either, but so I don't know what the amount of people now in the United States that has it is, but it's kind of rapidly spreading, I think.
It is. We want to remind you that Annie Get Your Gun is also going to be taking place in Meridian. Stage 2, who we had in with us earlier this week, is going to be out tonight, 7 p.m. at MCC. And then again tomorrow night, 3 o'clock, or tomorrow evening, they're going to do another performance of it. Go out and support the kids. They've put a lot of time into this.
Yes.
Susie's been working hard behind the scenes helping them. So this is a big deal for them.
You know, the COVID virus also is is still kind of, it's ramping back up, I think. So just keep in mind to keep your hands washed and sanitized, you know. Just do stuff like that to really try to cut down on you getting sick.
I got a text just a minute ago from the police chief of Philadelphia, Eric Lyons, and he and I were going back and forth. There was a shooting in Philadelphia earlier this week. The latest that we have on that is the juvenile is still in ICU. He was shot, have another person in custody with 2 counts of aggravated assault. So they've made an arrest. He was shot. He was found in a ditch on his side. 15, the juvenile at least, but about 15 years old, somewhere around in there as we find out more about this. All for a child to be shot. But Philadelphia is where that happened as we get the latest there from the police chief. We appreciate the update. We'll monitor that story and we'll release information on that as we get it also. Calm night for the most part last night. Nothing bad. We had our normal take in a few things and check your cameras this morning. There could have been more of that going on last night than we realized.
Right.
We had somebody that went into a convenience store this morning, got them a drink, walked right out the door and said, "What you going to do about it?" They called the police. They handled the situation.
Goodness.
Goes on all the time. We're coming up with Scotty Ray and Candace as we head toward the top of the hour. We do hope you're having a wonderful day so far.
As the days get hotter, Sanders Gas reminds you to get your air conditioner tuned up. Sanders Gas can repair or replace your whole unit, whichever you need. Talk to Sanders about a tankless water heater now and never run out of hot water. Find out how easy and affordable it is to cook on gas stoves. And those backyard barbecues are coming. Don't run out of gas. Get yours refilled today. Sanders Gas, since 1946, 611 26th Avenue South, 601-693-4054. Greg's Fireworks in the Clarkdale community is celebrating 26 years in the business. Open daily through July 5th with the lowest prices and the largest selection around. Did I mention that it's air conditioned? From 500-gram cakes to sparkles for kids, gender reveals, and wedding sparklers. For the lowest prices, new fireworks, and a large selection, you gotta go to Greg's. 145 South in the Clarkdale community. Family owned and operated, and don't forget to say hello to Bo Cephas.
I got the most difficult phone call you could ever receive. My husband had been in a car accident. He was hit and killed by a distracted driver.
Mary, losing a loved one is always devastating. I'm glad we were there during this difficult time.
Well, if you need something clean, this is our friends, Godwin Cleaning Service. You can call them at 253-8262, and they'll clean just about anything from a swimming pool that's got an issue to a big old building like this that happens to be a hospital. If you got something that needs cleaning, they can have it whipped up in no time, and I'll look at the difference here. And that's what we like to do, is show you that before and after with the many things they do. From a 2-story house that has the vinyl siding, and this, within about a 2-year period, will look this or even worse. You can get set up on a schedule to where they come by twice a year or quarterly, however you want to keep your place spick and span, and it's very affordable. Talk to them about this price, and they'll come out, tell you all about it from your roofs. Major differences here.
They can make it look brand new.
Why sit around and have a driveway that's so black you can't see it? And it just makes it cleaner, makes you feel better about your home. They'll get it cleaned up, including windows and all of this and more. Your back decks, as it gets that old funky mildew on it. It happens, and even your steps, it can make it slippery.
Yeah.
Talk to them at Godwin. They'll take the time, show you how they do their work. It's low pressure, and it's just simple. Won't damage your home at all. See them at Godwin. They'll clean your billboards as well, and scoreboards, whatever you got. Godwin Cleaning Services, 253-8262. Get set up on a timely thing. You don't have to fool with that anymore. All right. As we travel along, we're coming toward the top of the hour this morning, and we do hope everything has gone well for you today. I wanted to bring this up. Bill Cosby. We got just enough time to squeeze this in about Bill Cosby. He cheered when the judge passed sentence on him, and he was only fined $500,000 for that 1975. She said she was sexually assaulted, but he was only fined $500,000. He cheered as it happened. That was nothing, a drop in the bucket for him. Could have been worse.
Yeah, I don't even know what to think about all that. It just kind of makes me sick, you know.
They waited way too many years to bring that to court, in my opinion. I've said that before. All right, we're running out of time. We've got to go. I'll see you back tomorrow afternoon out at the shindig at Meridian Honda.
Car show.
Yes, the car show. Couldn't get it out. We'll see you there for David Shelton.
Y'all have a blessed day and have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday morning at 8 a.m.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: